Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Wednesday. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're in the world. Maybe good evening, perhaps. It's good morning for me here in Tennessee. It's 9:10 a.m. I hope everybody's having an awesome week thus far. I know that I am, and I'm very grateful for that. And I just wanted to take a moment to say hello to everybody, check in. How is everybody doing so far? It's the middle of the week, and before we get started, just wanted to give everybody the opportunity. Tell me how you're doing. It's good to see. Well, it's good to see the little bubbles. Can't see your faces, but I got my coffee. So as we continue on this session, you're gonna notice that my energy will change. So, good morning from Chicago. Good morning. How is it in Chicago? Is it cold still? Is it warming up yet? Mexico City. Oh, okay. 8/11. I'm in the future, you're in the past, theoretically. It's nice, that's good. Yesterday was a shit show of things. Today is my birthday, so I hope it's okay. Well, happy birthday, Paula. Happy birthday. I hope and wish you an amazing and incredible day today on your birthday. I know that it will be an amazing day. But that's awesome. Happy birthday. Hopefully you can do something fun for yourself and, enjoy it, because every single birthday counts. It's something that, it's a celebration of your birth. It's another year in this beautiful world, so happy birthday to you. Pennsylvania. Okay. I've never been to Pennsylvania. How are things in Pennsylvania? How's the weather? Paula, you're amazing. Thank you so much. You're always on my lives. Thank you so much for your support. And happy St. Paddy's Day. That's right. What a great day to be alive, right? And what a great day to celebrate your birthday on the lucky day of St. Paddy's. So lucky you, and happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody that's on here. I hope everybody's having an amazing week. San Antonio, Texas. How's it going, Matt? It's been warm this past week. Oh, that's good. That's good. How's it going, Christina? Welcome everybody. Happy Wednesday, happy St. Paddy's Day. Happy. You know? It's a happy day to be alive. I got my supervisor there, as you can see his tail. He's attending to other needs at the current moment, but you may see him come up. That's Whiskey, my supervisor. What's up, Amy? How you doing? I'm here because you help, because I truly love you and need you. I look forward to your lives. Thank you so much, Paula. I really appreciate that. You're an incredible lady, and I'm glad that my content is able to help you and is doing positive things in your life. That's really good. Life coach is in the back. Don't let him fool you. The life coach is in the back. Don't let him fool you. Yeah. This is true. This is the actual life coach. This is Mr. Whiskey right here. This is where I get all my information from. My learnings and my knowledge is from this guy right here, Mr. Whiskey. Wanna say hi, dude? Wanna say hi? Look. Oh, look. Say hi. Oh, okay. Thanks. But yes, that's Whiskey. If you haven't met him, well, you just have. He is my dude, my service dog, my best friend, the real life coach. And I call him the supervisor because he always supervises me, everything I do in my life. He's always there. Hey Bonnie, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you on here. It would be cool if TikTok, instead of having the bubbles, right, it would actually show you like a little video, right? A live version of it. I know it would be really small, But it'd be kind of cool to just to have that. I don't know. I like to just think random things sometimes. Good morning, James from Saskatoon. Saskatchewan. I'm sorry if I'm totally butchering that. But good morning to you. Good morning to you. You have a Cocker Spaniel named Molly. Nice. Cocker Spaniels are beautiful dogs. I love dogs, guys. Like I love dogs more than I love humans. Just because they're just the most amazing animals. And honestly, like whiskey has helped me so much, especially when I'm feeling a little funky or things like that. You just need someone to just be there and not say a word or whatever. That's when dogs are amazing. That's what they're great for that. And whiskey is awesome. He's very needy, but it works out. He's a very sensitive guy. Yeah. But he's amazing. He truly is an amazing dog. So anyways, thank you so much all of you for joining, and if this is your first time on my lives, welcome. Good news is I'm going to start doing them a lot more often per request of the people, so I'm going to start doing these a little bit more often with different insights. Some days might be I might just hop on here and just answer any questions, and I want to just kind of be able to be of help to anyone that it's stuck with something and want some advice or anything like that. So yeah, welcome. If you're new, this is typically I do these on Wednesdays and on Sundays, but like I said, I'm going to be doing them a lot more often. And yeah, I want, when you come here, this is a place for you to come and get more energy, to feel more grounded. And if you're struggling through anything, I hope that I can give you a little bit of light at the end of your tunnel and help you get through this beautiful thing called life. So yeah, why don't we get started? The topic for today is some habits, 3 habits that you should adopt. 3 habits you should adopt, okay? Before I go, let me read these. Good day, all the way from Cape Town. Wow, my dog is the love of my life. She can be naughty at times. Yeah, so can whiskey. They have attitude like we do. They have good days and they have bad days, just like we do. Their dogs are very much like us, actually. And it's pretty funny. But well, thank you so much for sharing that. Ashenotoling? Sorry if I butcher your name. Bonnie, are you still thinking of holding meditation classes? Yes, I am. I'm waiting for that because I haven't had enough people signed up yet. But I'm hoping that hopefully soon I'll get enough people interested so I can start doing those meditations. And I'm actually going to do one for you guys here on TikTok probably next week, so you can get a taste of what that would look like. So I'm going to be I'll let you know ahead of time when it is, for those of you who are here. So if you're interested in attending one of my meditations, then let me know. I'll let you know next week when to sign up. Hello, Austin from Nashville. I'm in Nashville, so hello, my fellow neighbor. Hello from Puerto Rico. Right on, Puerto Rico. I want to go to Puerto Rico. By the way, guys, going to Mexico in August. Super excited. I'm going to Tulum with my beautiful lady. And if you have been there, let me know if you have any recommendations. We're celebrating both of our birthdays in August, and so I'm super excited about that. And yeah, it'll be a nice little getaway just for 4 days we'll be gone. But I'm super excited about that. Holland, nice. Philadelphia. God, I love how there's people from all over the world here. It just really fills my heart just to hear and see. Every time you tell me a location, I see a map in my mind and I see it where you are. And it's super cool to just think that you're out there in a completely different place, in a different reality, tuning in, and we are connecting. It's just such an awesome thing. Thank you. Yes, I have some tattoos. This is one of them. This is another one here. It's I think I talked about it last time. I have a few, and I have one in my chest as well. Anyways, guys, let's get to it, yeah? So yes, I will get you, I'll let you know about the meditation for next week when I'll do it. And so if you're interested, you can come up, hop on here, and I'll do a little demo of what that looks like. It'll have music, I'll have some candles, I'll have some singing bowls. It'll be a really cool experience, just to give you a little taste on how my other meditations are gonna be. And if you wanna sign up, go to my Linktree and just put on your email address or go to my website and sign up for it. And you will be on my list. And I'll send you information. Okay, 3 things. 3 things, and yes, I do 3 like this. I know people do it like this or like this, but I do it like this. It's a thing that I do. You'll notice. Anyways, 3 habits you should really adopt, okay? I think that these 3 habits are the most important habits that you can adopt, and they're a good start that encompass so many other things in your life and in our lives, right? Number one is have and believe the power that you can do anything, okay? And that is a habit because you have to train yourself to really think like that. You have to really take yourself there and you have to believe in yourself, right? And why is it a habit? Because talking negative and talking down upon ourselves is a habit, believe it or not, right? Because if you're waking up in the morning and you're like, well, you know, I'm tired, I'm gonna have a shitty day or this and that, like it's a habit that you're doing, right? You're giving your mind the way you think, the things you tell yourself, the things you tell yourself about your reality, about your world. They're all habits, really. So by you shifting from that and start to actually think more positive and understand that you have the power to change your day. You have the power to say, you know what? I am gonna have a great day today. I am gonna have, even though I'm feeling shitty, even though I'm feeling tired or whatever, I am gonna have a wonderful day. So that is the number one most important thing, you know, out of the 3 that I would really invite you to think about is how can you change, you know, or not how, but changing the way you think and knowing that you have the power to really, really change your reality, okay? Caroline, my name is Caroline. I'm watching you from New Orleans, Louisiana. Hello, Caroline, welcome. Hey, Kristen, how you doing? Good to see you again. But yeah, we're just talking about 3 different habits that, hello from Bucharest. Oh, nice. Talking about 3 habits you should adopt, and that is the way you think, right? Your mentality, the way you approach from the moment you wake up in the morning to the moment you go to bed. Like, what are the things that do you believe that you have power, enough power to make a difference in your life, right? Second, I go by this and I live my life by these 3 words: improvise, adapt, and overcome, ladies and gentlemen. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. If you can just show up every day and remember those things, that things are gonna come up in your life. But if you could just improvise to the situation that comes up. If things don't work out, improvise to the challenge. Improvise to whatever it is that is presenting itself at you. Adapt to your surroundings, adapt to changes, adapt to how you have to do things differently, and overcome. If you can think like that, I promise you will be able to get through so much in your life. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. I learned that while I was serving in the Marines, and it really helped me get through so much in my life. And I live by those 3 words today, as we speak. I live through very, very strongly through those words. So improvise, adapt, and overcome. It is a habit, because it is also, you have to think that, okay, there's a challenge that comes here, right? Here's this challenge. What am I gonna do? It came out of nowhere. Well, I have to improvise. Maybe my car broke down, and you know, I have the choice to be like, and I'm broke, right? So am I gonna be completely stressed out about this and allow all my feelings to just take over, right? And just feel like, oh, I this is all done for me. Like I this sucks. My car is busted. I have no money. No, improvise. Okay, I don't have a fucking car. Okay, I gotta fix it, but I gotta get to work, or I gotta do this, or I gotta do that. So, or I gotta get money. So what am I gonna do? You know, to get money to fix this car. It's thus improvising, adapting to the situation. All right, well, I have to maybe get a bike to get around for now. You know. And overcoming and say, you know what, no matter what, I'm gonna still live my life. I'm not gonna let this thing to happen, you know, take control over my life and my feelings, and let it ruin my days, and let it ruin everything this beautiful life that I have. So if you could just all think about things like that, and really take a moment to think, is this really important right now to get upset about? Is this really important to let it ruin my day? You know, all these outside things, are they really, really, really important? Hello from Hong Kong. That is so awesome. Hello. I love that. Good morning from Clearwater Beach, Florida. Good morning. Happy St. Patty's. Hubby is deployed in the next days. I think my life will be around improvised and adapting. Well, that's awesome. Your husband's Marines, Army, Navy, Air Force, or I call it Chair Force, but you know, Air Force. That's awesome. Yes, so he's going to be deploying. You know, I think it's awesome. During this time, I really want you to, Kath, to really focus on yourself. Take this time to stay busy, and take that time to work on yourself. I know you have been. You've shared some stuff here before. Air Force in Canada. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for his service, and I hope that he gets home safe and he's able to have a safe deployment. But yes, it's really important, ladies and gentlemen, that we don't allow the exterior world to control our world, our interior world, right? And I know that's easier said than done. That's what everybody always says, but it's doable and it's possible. You just have to change the way you think about things, right? It's all a perspective. Life is one giant big perspective. That's all it is. Because like I said to you guys before, some of you may think that this is beautiful. Others might think that this is ugly. Some of you might think this is shiny. Others might think that it's not, but it's a perspective. In reality, this just is. It's neither shiny or dull or whatever. It just is, right? It has no meaning to it. We give meaning to things in life, and we give perspective, right? And the way we choose to view the world is how our world is, really. So it starts internally, though. It starts by us being able to say, how does my world look like? How do I feel in my skin? How do I feel when I look, you know, outside my window, when I look myself in the mirror? What do I see? How do I feel about myself? And that is the biggest thing that I'm having to work with people. A lot of my clients is most people makes them feel uncomfortable. It makes them feel uncomfortable to look in the mirror and have confidence, to look in the mirror and tell themselves that they are amazing, to look in the mirror and say, hey, you know, I'm a really incredible person, and I am happy and I am full of joy and peace. And people have trouble with this because no one has ever taught this to us. It's not taught. It's not taught in school. It's not taught anywhere. So some of you, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60 years of living, and you've gone all these years with not practicing this stuff, but actually practicing the idea that people's opinions matter, and the way you look, you know, a certain way matter, and the car you drive, and how much you make, and what you do, and all this other bullshit matters, and that is happiness. That happiness is obtained from the exterior world, by others and by things, and that is, I'm here to tell you that all of that is not true. It is not true, and some of you can attest to this, because maybe it's a band-aid, right? Maybe you're happy for a little bit, but then you're finding yourself down again in depression or sad, and you're like, why am I so sad? You know, I have everything I want. Why? I can't get enough of this feeling, because it lives within you. It lives inside of you. And when you don't know how to look inward, it feels weird and it feels lost and it feels kind of like shit. Like I feel lost. I don't know what my purpose is, you know? And I've talked to very, 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 very wealthy people that I've worked with who have it all, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean, they have it all. But what they don't have is peace within themselves. What they don't have is the tools within themselves that to really feel what it is to be happiness, right? Because happiness is not all in abundance. Happiness, or in money rather, happiness doesn't really come from a specific thing. It comes within you and is projected outside. When you see happiness inside of you, the world that you see is happiness, right? So, yes. Sorry, I kind of went on a tangent there, but yeah, it's really important, ladies and gentlemen, that you think about that, you know, and I know on my last live, if you attended it, I talked about, you know, being in certain energy, right? And holding yourself in vibrations. And if you're at a low vibration, then you're going to see things from a low vibrational point, meaning like if you're negative, you're going to see things that are just negative. Everything's going to appear negative to you. Because the universe, the world has zero, it's a zero vibrational field, right? It's just neutral, it's just zero. It's just neither positive or negative, it just is. But we get to make that, we get to choose what vibrational field we want to be in, right? Based on the beliefs that we have about ourselves and how we choose to see things that happen in our own reality. And if I'm losing you, please let me know. I know this maybe for some of you, you're like, what are you talking about? But hopefully for a lot of you, you're understanding what I'm saying. And let me give you an example. How many of you ever woke up and felt like really good, okay? And then just, I know one of you had to have, all right? There's no way that every single day of your life you woke up in misery, okay? I mean, I guess it could be possible, but I would challenge that. But think about the day that you woke up and you felt really great. What was so different about that day? What was different about you? What changed about you, and what made it that you're like, wow, I feel so good today, right? And I want you to think about that, because those are learning opportunities, those are learning moments. And when we look back and reflect and can take a moment to say, well, you know, I used to be happy, and now I'm depressed, or now I'm sad because of COVID, because of this, and blah, 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 blah. But pause there for a second. And think about, like, how did you feel? How did you feel when you were happy back in the day, right? Don't think about it from a person. You know, don't think about it like if you were in a relationship. Don't think about any of that. I want you to think about how you felt as a person, as you. Why were you so happy? And really think about that. And that is a reality that you created, right? It really is a reality that you created. So when you can understand that, you can say, okay, so is it maybe a reality that I created for me to be in this funk? For me to feel like so anxious and depressed, but I just don't know how to get out of it, right? Well, that's okay. That's normal to not know how to get out of it. I think everyone's trying to figure that out. And the answer to that is rewiring yourself, letting go of that habit of it's okay to think negative, of waking up thinking negative, of putting yourself down, of being hard on yourself, of not believing in yourself and beating the shit out of yourself, because that's what a lot of us are doing, right? And when you do that, it brings you down. It brings you down. Just like if somebody was just being an asshole to you, it's gonna bring you down, right? So why do we do that to ourselves? Why? Because it's become a habit. We don't realize it, but we took it once, and once we took that Trojan horse, right? And in that Trojan horse was a shit ton of negative thoughts and negative feelings. And now we just are in this pool, in this darkness of negativity. We're in this low vibration, so everything looks negative and everything looks hard and tough, and I just don't feel like, and I have no motivation and this and that. But this is what I teach my clients, is how you can change that. And the beauty of being a human being and being able to understand how we work and understand that we have so much power right here. Right here. Right here. We can change the world. I mean, look what single individuals have done, ladies and gentlemen, because they believed. They believed. Well, take Elon Musk, for example, right? This guy's trying to go to Mars. Now, it sounds crazy to go to Mars, but he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. My supervisor is nudging at me here. He's gonna do it, and he believes in it. Just how he believes in Tesla, and just how the nanotechnology that he's doing, and everything else. Like, he just believes in what he's doing, and the power of belief is so powerful. And if we can all believe in ourselves, at least every single day a little bit more, you will find that you're gonna start to open possibilities, and you're gonna start to see like, wow, I really am an amazing person. I have so much to give, and I'm really proud of who I am, that I'm unique, that I'm one out of 7.5 billion people in this world. Like, there's no one like me, and therefore I have so much to offer as a human being. And not everybody's gonna be able to see that, and that's okay. You're not living life for other people's approval. Live your life for you. And by you being happy, by you like feeling good, that's gonna radiate outside, and you're gonna be able to influence people. You're gonna give people hope, and people are gonna be like, wow, that person's so happy. Like, I'm drawn to that. That person is so positive. I'm drawn to that. And you will be surprised the impact you can make on complete strangers just by radiating and being an example and giving people hope and a reminder that you can too be happy. That this is what happiness looks like. That this is what positivity looks like. And so, but that lives within each and every single one of you, inside of you. It lives within us. Nowhere else. It's not in the clothes we wear. It's not in the cars we drive. It's not in any of that. It's not. It's really not. It's within your heart. Right here. That's where it's at. And that's the number one thing that I always try to show my clients, is like to see their value, to see that they are an amazing person. And even they don't see it at the time, and they're like, no, but I'm not, and they've gone through a lot of things, right? But they slowly start to see it. And with the tools and exercises that I have them do, they start to see it. They start to believe. They start to raise their vibrations, and they start to be like, wow, like, this can be life for me. I can be this happy. I can feel this good. Like, wow, this is awesome, right? And then you start to learn like how to deal with stress, and how to deal with anger, and how to deal with emotions, right? And how to process them, and then let them go, and learn from our mistakes, and be the best versions of ourselves every single day. And by showing up for us, we are better equipped to show up for the rest of the world, for our jobs, for our partners, for our friends, for everybody, for society. If you're angry inside, you're gonna show up angry, and people are gonna be like, that guy is an asshole, right? And then you're gonna be upset because everything in your outside world it's pissing you off, because you're pissed off inside. If you're sad inside, then everything's gonna make you sad. You're gonna just, I'm just sad. I just want to stay home, just be sad, and put depressing music, right? So I just want to invite you to all think about everything I just said. And I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you. This is why I get here, ladies and gentlemen, for you. I get on here for you to just plant a little seed of joy and of happiness and opportunity and of hope. And I want you to see and realize that you really are an incredible and powerful being. You really, really are. And no matter what is going on right now in your life, that you will and can get through this if you want to. Just be kind to yourself, because you're already taking shit from everyone else, right? So why put yourself down? even more. Why do that to yourself? Why? Would you do that to someone you loved? No, you would try to be there for them, right? Many of you actually do that. Many of you are the kind of people that help others and put yourself last, right? Don't do that to yourself, because when you're doing it to yourself, you're hurting yourself, which it does not allow you to show up for the people you love. Most importantly, then you go and you beat the shit out of yourself. Don't do that. Stop that. Put your hand over your heart and feel that. That's you. That's your heart. That's you right here. Okay? And you need to be kind to yourself, because you owe that to yourself. You knows better than anyone else everything you've gone through in your life, right? All the pain, all the struggles, all the hardship, all the challenges, the tears, the laughters, the beautiful memories. You know it all. It's right here. So be what you want to be. Be kind to yourself first. Practice that. Get out of your comfort zone and really start one day at a time, just showing up for yourself and saying, you know what? I'm gonna do something nice for myself today. And I'm gonna just be really in who I am and just accept that. Accept who I am. Every flaw, everything that I am, and be proud of that, because it's a beautiful thing. It really, really is. All right, I'm gonna take a break to read some of these comments, because if I don't do this, then I get behind. How do you help a man that's depressed because they are so busy with their business? Man, isolate. Yes. Doll me up, please. I don't know. What's your name? I'm sure that's not your name. If you're still here, please let me know your name, and I'd love to answer your question. But basically, you know, there's this thing that men are from Mars and women are from Venus. It's a book as well. But, you know, that is something that I also don't believe. I believe that every man has a feminine side and every woman has a masculine side. I do believe that. But society does not allow men. It's painted this picture that men have to be, you're going to be tough and this bullshit and that. You're going to be a certain way. And it's not fair and it's not right. We are human beings first, right? We are humans first. And whether you're a man or a female, we have emotions. That's just it. Now, we have been preconditioned to think and act a certain way because we're man or female. And there are different biologies, obviously, and there are some certain chemical differences in balancing. But overall, like, we still are humans. And if your man is too busy with their business, like, I would recommend communication. Communication is the number one and most important thing to any and every relationship, whether it's for business, whether it's for partnership or friendship, whatever it is, you got to communicate. And how you communicate is extremely important. Understand what works for your partner and what doesn't, what resonates and what doesn't, right? And being kind in the process, in the process of doing so. And say, hey, like, can I talk to you? Now, I understand you're very busy with your business and you know, you have a lot going on. But, you know, I just would love if there was a little bit more balance between you and I and the business. Is that something that you could maybe meet me in the middle with? And because I can tell you from running a business myself, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of sacrifice. And, you know, my girlfriend and I, we both feel this way. Like, she has 2 businesses, 3 actually. So we are very, very busy, but we made a rule. Like this morning, we get up and the first 2 hours are for us. The first 2 hours in the morning are for us. We don't look at our phones. We don't do anything of that nature. We eat breakfast. We enjoy each other's company. We do a little meditation. We do journaling. And we just enjoy each other's company, right? Because we do have very busy schedules. We're very, very busy. And there's been times we've had to learn this, and we learned this by communicating and saying, like, hey, like, I really feel like we're off track. I really don't like how this feels. Is there somewhere we could meet in the middle? So communication is extremely important, and how you communicate, it's even more important, Because you can communicate, but if you're not kind and you're not really delivering the messages very kindly or respectfully, then it's not going to resonate well with that person. So you really need to just be mindful of that and just be respectful of your partner when you have these conversations. That would be my recommendation. Okay, Jesse, are you a licensed professional or do you do this for fun/money? Is it Jessica? Yeah. Hi, Jessica. For coaching, there are certifications. So I did do a certification, and halfway through, I'm like, I am not learning anything. This is a waste of money. I think it's more for folks who need that certification. But I did study sociology in school and college. But no, I mean, there's no like license for it. You just get certifications, and that's it. But it's not required or anything like that. Basically, I've taken years and years of things of challenges and opportunities and growth that I've had, and how I've been able to break through them, through depression, through anxiety. And I've read a lot of books, and I continue to read a lot of books. I educate myself constantly, but a lot of it's from actual experience and helping thousands of people. Before I was doing life coaching, I was always a life coach, and I just didn't know, because I'm not a big fan of titles, to be really honest with all of you. But yeah, like I've always helped people with nutrition, with fitness. People lose tons of weight, feel good about themselves, and I would motivate people. And when I was in the Marine Corps, I was a leader and I was in a leadership position, and I, had to motivate my team, and I was responsible for their lives, and had to really understand different people from all walks of earth, from the country boy to the farm boy to the city boy to the rich guy from family. Everybody was different, and I had to learn so much, and I had so many different experiences. I lived in 3 different countries, and I think all of that and the trials that I've been able to push through, it's what gave me the perspective that I have today. And before I was doing coaching, like I realized that I've helped so many people by just sharing my knowledge, by sharing how I got through things, by listening and being able to provide constructive and positive feedback and things that you can apply into your life that actually work, because I've done it myself. And I know a lot of you, maybe you don't know about my story, but I've came from a very, very different background, right? I came from a very poor country, very poor upbringings, and like I said, I hate to repeat this every time, but dealt with emotional and physical abuse, depression, like hardcore depression, anxiety, PTSD. Like it was fucking rough at one point in my life, and in a lot of times in my life. Growing up, my dad was gone all the time. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. We're 5 of us, all of us. She had bipolar and she had depression, and we didn't know for years. So she just would treat us like shit. And God bless her heart. I love my mom, but unfortunately, she's good now. But back then, it was tough. Now being the oldest, dealing with all this stuff, so I had to learn so much, and life just gave me these challenges, and I had a choice. I'm like, well, I'm either gonna fail or I'm gonna learn and I'm gonna grow from this. And I've come an extremely long way throughout my life, and because I have a mentality, and I learned this a long time ago, that I can be in charge of my own reality, that I get to change the way I want my life to be. I faced death multiple times. I could have almost died multiple occasions. And when you face death, you realize how fragile life is. And it just kind of wakes you up, really. And it really forces you to look at things differently, even more. So it's just from a lot of it's from actual experience, and then I'll read books and listen to audios and things like that of professionals and get different perspectives, and I'm like, that's interesting, and I can make that into my own, or that's a helpful tool, and does it make sense? Does it resonate with the experience that I've had? And I'm able to utilize those tools to help people. Does that answer your question? And it is my passion. That's why I chose to do this. Happiness is a choice, 100%. I'm learning this daily and retaining my brain, learning my worth for sure. Yes, Bonnie, you're doing amazing, Bonnie. I'm so proud of you. This is a workshop you offer. I do coaching. So yes, kind of a workshop. So I do offer one-on-one coaching, but I do have packages as well. So if you're interested, EBs, just send me a message, or you can go to my profile and click on the link tree, and you can set up a discovery session. Love the positive vibes. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. Love your positivity. Thank you. We need more of this. Yes, thank you so much. Totally me. I'm just stopping by real quick. Oh, hello, Ashley. You're probably gone by now, but sorry. Hope you have a great day as well. Thank you. Only seen my husband cry a handful of times in 32 years. Yeah, it's okay to cry if you're a man. I cried last night. I did. I'm not ashamed of it. I don't care what people think about me. And if people want to judge, that's their choice, and that's okay. It doesn't affect me. I'm confident, comfortable enough to just share everything, to be vulnerable with you guys. And I cried last night because I was very vulnerable with my partner. It was a beautiful cry. It was a happy cry. It was a good thing. But I'm not afraid to do it. I used to be very much like that, especially while being in the Marines and all that. Like, they just want you to be all tough and shit. I learned to be more and more empathetic and just be open and vulnerable with my partner. If you can be vulnerable with your partner, then that means you really you're not really allowing the full opportunity there. And I know it's scary, and a lot of us don't want to be vulnerable because it's fear. Like, oh, I don't want to be that vulnerable. I could get judged, or I'm afraid that they'll judge me, or that it could hurt me or whatever. But you can't live like that. If you're with that person, you have to be sure that you're with that person. You should be able to feel confident and comfortable being open with that person. If that person makes you feel like shit, that's not okay. You need to communicate that with them. Be like, hey, I opened up to you and I really did not appreciate how you made me feel. So again, going back to communication. But when your husband cries, just support him. Like, be there, give him a hug, be loving. We all appreciate that. Why are emotional detached guys interested in me? Well, that is a question that it's very complex, and I'm smiling because you're probably not going to like the answer I'm about to give you. But oftentimes we attract what we are lacking ourselves, or what we are ourselves, right? So if you are attracting emotionally unavailable guys, like, think about how my supervisor decided to join me in one chair. Think about how you are. How are you showing up? How do you feel? Like, oftentimes that's okay. Dude, there's only one chair, bro. There can only one of us can fit, dude. So yes, so that's what I would say. If you're attracting guys who are emotionally detached or unavailable, then there's a pattern there, right? There's a common denominator. And if there's a common denominator, then that means there's something about you that is attracting that. Where are you attracting these guys? Like, are they at bars? Is it at the gym? Or is it in these places that maybe are not maybe the best, right? Or how does that look like? How are they? There should be a common denominator there with them and with you, but most importantly with you. Because if you don't want that, right, then there's probably you probably want a lot of attention. You're probably seeking that love. You're probably seeking that affection. You're probably that's the message I'm getting. That's probably something that you want, right? And when we want that so bad, but we feel empty, right? And maybe are you looking for that elsewhere because you're not able to fulfill that yourself? Like, that's a problem. You're gonna attract the wrong people because they are also feeling that way, right? So it's like two people who are feeling that way, and you end up being disappointed, or you end up attracting someone that you're like, what the fuck, right? Like, this is not what this is not what I want in my life, right? But then if it keeps happening, you should think about that. Take some time to really think about that. Okay, really great idea, challenge with 3 kids, but I never thought about getting up earlier for one-on-one. Yeah, like you have to. You know, look, if you're gonna get up early, get up earlier. Like, it's worth it. Like, the biggest investment you can invest in is yourself. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna show up better for your kids. You know, it's just, there's so much benefit to dedicating time to yourself. So please do it. Any books, suggestions for self-esteem, anxious teen? Ooh, for teenagers? You know, for teenagers, my girlfriend loves to work with teenagers. They're very particular, and you have to kind of go back and remember how you thought about when you were a teenager and how the world seemed, right? Because if I'm sitting here talking to a teenager like everything that I am now, the teenager's gonna be like, you're fucking boring. What are you talking about, right? So you have to be able to really kind of be at that level and be able to understand them first. First key is to understand that individual, to then be able to know how to give them advice, right? So teenagers, it's such a complexity where there's so many hormones and things going on, and they're discovering themselves, and they're learning so much, right, about society and the world they live in and about themselves. So it's a very pinnacle moment to just ensure that they are building a good and healthy foundation for themselves. And as parents, you know, if something is not working, don't keep doing it. Do something different is what I would recommend. I personally think that that's what it comes down to. Like, remembering, you know, as a teenager myself, like, my parents were just not there for me. So I felt lost and confused and angry because they were assholes. I love my parents, by the way, but they're just, because of the way they grew up, it trickled down to me, and that's where I put a stop to it. I'm like, I'm not passing this on to my kids when I have a kid one day, because I don't want to do that. So anyways, for teenagers, I would just get to know your teenagers, spend time with them. Like, don't try to be cool, just be genuine, but don't be helicopter, and don't be so like, just listen to them, get to know them, ask them questions, like, have fun with your kid. Hello from Staten Island, New York. Hello. You do an awesome job. Well done from South Africa, Cape. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I really do. I have some childhood trauma. There are more bad days than good ones. Childhood trauma is a big one. We all have it. I don't care who you are. Everyone has childhood trauma. I went through a healing method that I also offered. It's really intense, but it works. It's 3 months of healing, of self-healing, and it's the best thing I ever did in my life. And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be coaching, because I wouldn't be fair, right? So, like, childhood trauma, like, continues, right? If we don't deal with it, it follows us. And some of us like to store it away deep in there, but it's in there. And the fact that it's in there is taking space and has energy, and it's gonna show up in other ways that maybe you don't even think about or even realize. But I promise you, it's gonna show up. So you need to. I would highly encourage you to really put some time in that, some thought on how you want to heal from it. But you need to heal from your childhood trauma. It's going to continue to follow you. It's going to continue to really take that space that doesn't need to be taken, and it's not allowing for beautiful light and peace and love and all these other possibilities for you to come in, because it's holding this space in your heart, right? So yeah, I would, let me know if you're interested in doing a healing. If not, I can direct it to other folks. I know some females, if you prefer to work with a female, that she does specifically healing. So yeah, just reach out to me, and I'm happy to either work with you or provide you with some folks that you can work with. But you need to take care of that. Yeah. How do you get over a heartbreak? I'm still trying to get over it. Let me have a drink. Okay, heartbreak sucks. Yes, agreed. But heartbreak, I felt it, obviously, right? I felt lots and lots of heartbreak in my life. But it's an opportunity for us to learn about what happened. Whether we are heartbroken by somebody else, or we are heartbroken because we broke somebody else's heart and we didn't really want to, because that's still heartbreak. It's about sitting down and saying like, okay, this person hurt me and I can't do anything about that. I cannot do anything about the fact that they hurt me. I can't do anything about what happened. It's done. It's happened, right? It's done, right? Can we agree to that? So learning on how to accept that and how to let it go, it's the trick. It's the tricky part, right? Because now you're in this phase of like, well, you're just stuck in the idea that you're just like, what an asshole, or how could he do this, or how could he, I'm such an idiot, and you go into this negative thought field, right? Where you start to just beat yourself down, or you take anger and you hang on to it and you become angry. You become angry. Instead of feeling angry, right? You become angry, or you become depressed. You become hurt. You become the feelings in which you're feeling. You're not allowing them to go through you. You're taking on them. And by taking on them, you're stuck in this vortex of whatever feeling you just took. And it repeats every day. It's on repeat. From the moment you get up, or maybe it's randomly. Maybe you're having a good day, but then a song comes up, bam, trigger, right? So why is that happening? It's because you haven't let it go. And you need to process yourself. This is where I would recommend you journaling. Write how you feel. Write all the emotions. Cuss in there, do a little fucking, middle finger drawings, whatever you need to do, like just to get it out. Get it out. Don't hold it, get it out. And then once you let it out and you've written everything negative you feel about that person and everything negative you feel about that you're feeling at that time, I want you to then, either the next day or a few hours later or whatever, to write something positive about that. Because, meaning like, how are you going to move on, right? And no negative is allowed in that entry. So what you're doing is you're allowing to let go of that, and you're healing by talking positively on how you're going to move forward with this heartbreak. What have you learned, and just to be kind to yourself in doing that process. So this is a very baseline level on the first steps on like healing, of really like starting to let go of the things that don't serve us well, and start to adopt and embrace and take in the things that we want in our life, that we deserve, right? And that is positivity, and that's high vibrations. So just take your time with it. Gifa, sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm sorry, guys. And just really just one day at a time, but don't keep thinking the same thing. You have to change the way you think about it every single day. Just let go a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and that's going to help you heal. So I hope that's helpful. I am behind on the comments. I can't be open with him. I'm always wrong. He yells, etc. Even though it's just my feelings. Okay. So that sounds very complex. It sounds like 32 years of maybe some bad habits that you both have acquired. So that is not going to be something that's going to change overnight. That's something that you both need to just change the way you talk to each other, the way you communicate with one another, because it sounds like there's a little bit of disrespect going on back and forth, the yelling and things like that. And a lot of couples face this because they do this. And once this happens, it's like this. And there's this gap and this distance between two people. And when you have this, right, it's not love. This is not love. So it doesn't feel like love. So you have anger and jealousy and disrespectfulness and all the negativity that comes with it, and it just builds up on it. And then you get frustrated because now you start to focus on them, and they're like, well, they're not doing this and they're not doing that, and it just becomes a toxic relationship. And you feel like you can't talk to them, and they probably feel like they can't talk to you, right? So in order to do this, you both have to agree on wanting to do this again, to get back to things. And you don't focus on what your partner is doing. You focus on you showing up. Even if they're not showing up themselves, you keep showing up. Okay? And then when you allow some time to pass, right? And then they continue not to show up, then you talk to them like, hey, I just, since we last spoke, I feel like I've really been putting a lot of effort, and if it doesn't feel like that you're really putting a lot of effort yourself, or I'm still feeling like we are struggling with the same thing. I still feel disrespected by you and all these other things, and I just really don't appreciate that. And I would like to understand why, if we talked to each other and we said that we were going to do this. So it's communication. It's communication, and if you're heated, take a walk. Go do whatever, right? Don't talk to your partner if you're heated, when your emotions are high. You need to let go of that anger. Process it, let it go, and then talk to your partner when you're more cool and level-headed. So that way they are open to you. Because if I come up to you and I'm like, I think you're a fucking asshole and this and that, and you know what? Like, you're just a dick, and I just wish that you were not like, you were someone else, and you were like when I first met you and this and that, right? And I just start and I'm yelling and being negative. The partner you're gonna get the same thing. You're gonna get the same response, and you're just gonna do this. But if you just take a moment and be like, okay, I'm upset, I need to cool down, I need to cool down my jets, I need to just let go of this, and I wanna have a constructive conversation with my partner. Be able to share your feelings with them, but do so in a kind and constructive way. And if you do this, I promise you, you're gonna get at least a much better response than you would if they're just being aggressive. And now, if you are being kind and they are being aggressive, right? Then that's when you say, okay, I really would like to have a peaceful conversation with you. And if you're upset, if you're gonna be yelling at me or disrespecting me, then I think that we just should not talk about this right now. And maybe we have this conversation when you're more cooled down. And be that better person. Be the person to control the situation, and don't allow it for things to continue when one of either you or the other person are heated, right? That's being a grown-up. That's being mature in my mind. So it's tough. I know it's tough. If you're not used to it, if you've gone 32 years of yelling at each other, well, you can't just all of a sudden, it's gonna take some getting used to. It's gonna take some work. But it's possible. It's all about communication and just showing up and really doing your part, and hopefully that will influence your partner. And if your partner doesn't want to show up, they don't want to do the work, then you need to let them go. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true, right? You can't make people change. If you're willing to change but they don't want to, that's not fair. That's never going to work out. And that's a pure clarity right there, that they don't want to make an effort. They don't want to change. They don't care about what you think. They don't care about the relationship clearly, because they don't want to put the work in. And so you need to be okay with letting go of that individual, even if it's been 32 years. I know that sounds really harsh, but it's really true. So if you both want something, you have to make that deal. You have to be willing, right? Both the male and the female, or male and male and female, whatever it is, relationship you're in. You have to really both want to have a better relationship. If one of you doesn't want it, but the other one does, this person that does is going to get exhausted, it's going to get burned out, and you're going to just feel like shit. And eventually you're going to be like, what? There's nothing I can do. And it's not fair. You end up being a punching bag, and you're doing all the work, and the other person is just being an asshole. Not cool. Stand up for yourself. Set up those clear expectations. Be kind. But if your partner doesn't want to do the work, then you need to let them know that it's not okay. If it's causing you unhappiness, it's not okay. if it's causing you stress and anxiety and all these unnecessary bullshit, then it's not okay. And if they're now willing to put in the work to respect you enough to, when you say, hey, I really would appreciate if you didn't yell at me, to respect you enough to not call you names, to put you down, then why, like, that's not love. They don't love you. Because if you love someone, you respect them, right? If you love someone, you say, hey, shit, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I can do that. I can do that. I can not yell. I can not cuss and all those things. So just something to think about. Okay, I'm really behind on my comments. If you attract only narcissistic persons, it does typically not mean that we are weak inside. It does typically not mean that we are weak inside. I wouldn't use the word weak, but we did, my girlfriend and I did a podcast on narcissistic relationships. Check it out. It's called The Quantum Couple. And you should check it out. We talk about that. She wasn't in a narcissistic relationship, and I've never been in one, thankfully, but she was, and she talks about how she was at the time and the healing that she needed to do in order to stop attracting that. So it's really, really powerful. It's a very hot topic, and it's very deep. Okay, so what is it? Alpha Sunset. I would highly recommend, please check out The Quantum Couple. It's a podcast. You'll see like the universe with a heart. It'll say that. And that's my girlfriends and I podcast. We talk about our love and relationship and things like that. And she specifically, our latest episode, she talks about narcissistic relationships. So check them out and check that out. And that should answer a lot of your questions in regards to that. I just logged on, but from what I heard, you're completely right. You need to invest and heal. Yes, 100%. I'm Hungarian. Hello! Hey, my dog is Hungarian. He's a Vizsla. But hello. Hello from Hungary. I wanted to say hi. I attract people who don't see my worth. So there's a denominator. So if you attract people who don't see your worth, do you see your worth yourself? Truly, like, be true to yourself. Like, do you know what you're worth? Because if you know your worth, right, then you will hold yourself right here at your worth. And when you see people who have these attributes and people who you're just going to be able to feel it, who they don't see you and they don't cherish you for who you are and the value that you hold, right, then you're going to be like, nah, I'm not dealing with that, right? But if your worth is down here, or if you don't really have a lot of worth for yourself, and you're gonna allow these people, right? So again, it's, believe it or not, it's a reflection of how we feel internally with us, within ourselves. Skylark 655. I see a Reiki master in you. Oh, thank you. My girlfriend is a Reiki master. She's she does Reiki work on me. I love it. It's really cool. She does cleansing for me, like energy cleansing. We have bowls. We're all into all that stuff, guys, and it really does work. We have stones, and she does light language too. If you know what that is, you know. If you don't, look it up. But she does light language also. She's very in tune with the energy world. It's really beautiful. But yeah, I'm willing to, I want to learn. I pick her brain all the time. Like, I'm so mesmerized, and like, I find it fascinating, all the things that she knows about that field. It's truly incredible, and I'm very humbled by it. But thank you for that comment. Investing more time for yourself. Self-love, yes. Good morning. Sorry, I'm going to go, hi, hello, everybody. Write on your phone and make Siri read it. It will make your day. Thank you. I don't yell. Okay, sorry guys, I'm trying to catch up with these. Hello from Hawaii. Aloha. That's awesome. I have so many. All right guys, hang on, I gotta catch up. I think this is mature communication is where almost 90% of people struggle. Is very sad. Yeah, it is very sad. But it's just because of, it stems from how we were raised, like what we were exposed as kids, right? So if we had parents that did not know how to communicate properly, which chances are that probably existed at some level, then that's what we know. That's what we learned. That's what we saw as kids. So we're going to emulate that. But what the great thing is that I'm teaching people is that it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be a generational thing where you just keep like passing along the shit cake, right? Like, here, take a bite, pass it. You know, no, you can be like, I don't like shit cake. No thanks. And I'm gonna create my own cake. And that takes a lot, but it starts with you, because you learned it from yourself. You can't change your partner, but you can change yourself. And maybe when you're starting to change and you're starting to raise yourself at a higher vibration, that's when you start to realize, shit, maybe as you start to move up, your partner can either keep up or they're not gonna keep up. And you're gonna start to realize, like, okay, I want this positive and beautiful life for myself, and my partner's not willing to do it. So you have to think about that. Like, is that something that, you know, you're moving up, and if they're going to be down, they're always going to pull you down. They're going to pull you down. So that's the tough part. But as you grow, right, as you start to change and wanting to really feel better about yourself, people who want you to be down are going to pull you down. You're going to notice that. So yes, it's very tough. I agree. Divorcing after 30 years, and it's been a journey. I'm better off now. Good for you. Aquarius Sing 1. Good for you. Just keep working on yourself, and you know, just take care of yourself. Absolutely, things done always. Oh man, I gotta catch up with my. Okay, things don't. I think you meant to say don't always work out, but you gotta be an adult. Wait it out. Vice it. And do. I'm sorry, I'm not tracking on that, Rebecca. But yes, I think I know what you're trying to say. Great topics, you're awesome, thank you. When we know our value, some people don't deserve to experience us anymore. Yes, absolutely. Ignore the end of that. Okay. Have you guys tried the attachment style quiz? You can just type in attachment styles in YouTube. No, I have not. It's hard. We've been together for 10 years. We have our first therapist appointment this afternoon to help. Good, that's awesome. You know, that's another thing. Couples therapy is really strong. Like, we do that, my girlfriend and I, which is very different. Instead of having like me as a couple therapist, if any of you are in a relationship and want to do couple therapy, it would be myself and my girlfriend, and we would both tune in and we give you the male perspective, and then you get the female perspective, and we help the couples really understand one another in different perspectives. And it's something new. It's not a lot of people are doing this, but it's very effective, and it works really fast. It's a lot faster than just one person with one perspective, right? So yeah, if you're ever interested, let me know. But that's great. Couples therapy is really, really great because it allows someone to be the narrator, right? Of saying like, okay, you know, she feels this way. Do you understand? And he feels this way. Do you understand? And you help each other on how to understand one another and be that narrator to help them do this, to come in alignment with one another. So absolutely. Can't wait to see where it goes. That's good. I'm so happy for you, Kath. That's awesome. Good for you. Smart. What is the podcast called? The podcast is called from the Quantum Couple. I think it's called like are you talking about the narcissistic one? I think it's called. Are you in a narcissistic relationship? Yeah, are you in a narcissistic relationship? That's what it's called. But you should be able to see it like on Spotify or whatever. Like it's called the Quantum Couple. It's our podcast that we have. I have my own one, but we have one together that talks about relationships. Yes, it's like I like to get help with the childhood trauma. Okay, Christina, reach out to me, and then we can talk about that. Or if you want to set up a session, just set up a session after this. I don't know if you're still here, Christina. Is there a way to see if people? I think Christina left. Okay. But yeah, if any of you want to set up a session, go to my link in my profile and set up a discovery call to get started with that. Okay. I am really behind. I need to go. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. You're welcome. Have an amazing day. Happy birthday, Paola. And I really wish you the best. Okay. Stay strong. Stay amazing. And have an amazing and happy day. Happy birthday. Bye. Hi from Romania. What do you think of ASMR? ASMR. Remind me what that acronym is. Not familiar with ASMR.
Tapping?
Yeah, is that tapping or is that what it is?
I don't know.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
I'm on the road, but yeah, any help is greatly needed and appreciated. Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. I love to work with you, Christina, or like I said, or direct you to people that can help you. So just let me know, reach out. Thank you for your energy. I love your energy. You have a YouTube channel. I do have a YouTube channel. I'm starting to post more things on there. I'm slacking a little bit, but if you go to my link on my profile, you will see my podcast, my YouTube channel, my Instagram, I think. Yeah, it's all there. So you can access it all there. Or on my Instagram too. Okay, wow, that's awesome. It's really amazing. I'm a life coach and it is my #1 exercise I go through with clients. That's awesome. That's good. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing that, Rebecca. What we do is extremely important as life coaches, and what's cool about life coaches is that every life coach is different, and I think that's. I'm a really honest person. I'll be really honest. There are some life coaches that are great, and then there's some life coaches that should not be life coaches, and it's painting a bad rep for us. But some people are just like doing it because it's, I don't know, cool, I guess, or in style, or I don't know. But if I could, I would not label myself as a life coach. I just like to help people. Honestly, I quit my job at Google to do this, so I'm pretty serious about it. And it's not something that just crawled up my ass one day. Like I went on a deep discovery journey and really wanted to do something that was meaningful in my life and live with purpose and passion. So that's why I do what I do. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you so much, everybody. Saudi Arabia, that's awesome. The attachment style thing, I know you're going through these, like, let me see your profile again. Oh, and that, what is it? Castle. You're wrong. You're unfortunately barking on the wrong tree. But thank you for your kind words. I absolutely agree with some people should not be a life coach. Yes, my life coach is amazing and absolutely amazing. I would refer him to anyone. Thank you, Bonnie. You're amazing. Thank you, Castle 2020, for your comments. I appreciate it. ASMR gestures and sounds made by a peers in front of a screen so that other people can relax their mind. So it's kind of like tapping in a way, but it's made with sounds and. Oh, it's interesting. I did not know that. I'll definitely have to look into that. Andrew, I'll definitely look up to that. Actually, let me write it down. What it's ASMR. I'll look at that. See, this is like. I love learning too. So yes, I'll definitely look into that. That sounds super interesting. I don't usually claim the title unless it is discussing like this. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for your time and your help with this poor soul. Have an awesome day. Thank you, you too. Thank you so much, Coco. Okay. Hi from Miami. You're probably enjoying the beautiful weather. The hardest thing for me is to love myself. Thanks to this live, I'm seeing things differently. I am so happy to hear that. So happy. Thank you for your time. You too have an awesome day. Thank you. Thank you, Jay Castle. Andrea is my name. Look up at always. Here's the TikTok. Thank you, Andrea. I will definitely look that up. I appreciate that. And all right, guys, unfortunately, I have to go. I'm 25 minutes over, but thank you so much for those of you who tuned in. Thank you so much for your support. And I really want to send you off with nothing but positive vibrations. Happy St. Patty's Day. Go out there, live your life, because every day counts. And I really just want you to think about that. And remember that you create your own reality, okay? That you get to be happy if you want to be happy. Have an amazing day. Happy St. Patty's. Until next time. Take care, everybody.